What's going on, everyone? HBen here, back with another video, and today we're doing the Spiral Abyss challenge. Now, if you don't know what the Spiral Abyss is in Genshin, pretty much until there is an endgame, the Spiral Abyss is considered the endgame. You complete these challenges, they give you primogens, they give you money, they give you artifacts, they give you a bunch of stuff, but only if you're at the qualified level. Me being pretty much maxed out with all my characters level 90, I'm going to show you how to go through floor 12. Now floor 12 is the hardest floor in here. Almost all the monsters are above level 100. And I'm going to show you how to get through it. The ley line in the first stage actually shows you what type of build you want to have for this floor. Keep in mind, this is a run back. So on my team, I chose Albedo, Xingqiu, Bennett, and Tartaglia, or Child, as you like to call him. You see how there's a fire spine, like right in the middle? That's basically telling you you want to have a Hydro team on your build. Now, building a Hydro team, you could have either, if you were lucky enough to get it, you could have Ayato on your team and he could do insane damage all over. Or if you're like me and you had an older, file and you don't have those newer characters like Ayato or Ayaka, you can always use whatever team just benefits you the most. Me personally, I went for Child here because he's my DPS. I got Xingqiu as my support. Albedo's there for basically a defense stat, so I don't get hurt too much. And then Bennett's there, well, you'll see Bennett why in a little bit, why you need to have at least one fire on your team. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit, that way we can go through this pretty fast. You just basically gonna spend some time doing this. It does take a while to complete these floors, but once you do it and you get past it, it's such a great feeling. I promise you. Now with these two samurais, what you want to do is you want to kill them both at the same time, because if you don't, one of them will increase their health automatically, and you don't want that. So here you'll see me, I'll keep doing damage, and I won't even worry about the little enemies. I'll be focused mainly on the samurai. I get them down to low health, I get them grouped up together, and then finally you'll see I'll go in and I'll just do the kill with Child. So yeah, this is the first part of the floor. Let's get that out of the way. Alright, I'm gonna drop my ult there. I'm gonna drop another ult, and then get ready to just do damage with them. Alright, they're both at pretty low health. Set off my skill, and before he recovers, boom. Now you finish off the little ones, and then that is that. That is a wrap for that. So, as you can see, it's not hard. Again, you have the right build, you have the right characters, it should be easy for you. All depends on who you like to play as and who you want to complete this floor. Me, I went with this team. Again, this is not for 36 stars. I promise you. I cannot get 36 stars. I tried it. I did it a couple times trying to get all the stars, and I got 6 out of 9 stars. So, I'm good, but I'm not that good. Now let's go on to the other side. On the other side we have Zhongli, Chongyun, Barbara, and Ganyu. As you can see here, there is an electro orb in the middle. Now what's the byproduct of using electricity? Ice. So here we're going to use Ganyu and Chongyun for most of our damage. Zhongli is going to be our shield, and Barbara is going to keep them all frozen for us. So that way we just do continual damage. You want to make sure you have like an energy recharge on one of your characters at least, so that way their ult is always poppable. That way you're never stuck between an area where you're gonna get hit, but the ultimate gives you invincibility frames, so you can see how fast that was. It was like the first part was so long compared to that. Okay, this is the second stage now. These are the little ley line flowers. This is the reason why you need to have a Bennett on your team, actually. Is because Bennett is there for those little ice guys. You're going to have Xingqiu and Tartaglia, again for the fire ones. As soon as they try to load up their, I don't know what they call them, like energy shots or anything, but they do that thing where they start to shield up and they'll shoot stuff at you. If you stop them from doing that, it'll stun them immediately. And that's why we have Bennett on the team for the ice ones. So as you can see, it's pretty much wish-wash for this one. As long as you know what you're doing, you should be fine. As long as you have a set team. Let me speed it up process so we can get through this. Like I said, as long as you keep them stunned and you don't let them hit you with that hitbox, you'll be fine. You should have no problems getting through this. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. Other than that, we'll keep moving on, double the pace until we get through this part and then get to the next one. So yeah. A little bit of action over here, and then one left. Boom, done. Okay, awesome. Now we move on to the next one. This one is a little bit tricky. I'm only going to say that because you're fighting 3 different, I believe they're called, like, I don't know, they're like some type of wizards, I think, but that's what I call them whiz heads. But what they all have a different type of element to them. You got a fire, electro, and a water. Again, I stay with double ice and Barbara just to keep them all on ice, keep them frozen, and then Zhongli's there as my support pretty much. So as you can see, we're pretty much keeping them all together. We want to do as much continual damage as possible to all of them while they're grouped up together. Because as the battle goes on, they will move apart. And then you don't want that to happen because you'll get stuck doing one, and then another, and then another. But if it does happen, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. You can still get through it. It'll just take a longer time for you to do it. And as you can see, I pretty much got them all spaced out now. And I'm kind of focusing on the fire one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my Barbara, I'm going to use my Chongyun, my Ganyu, just to kind of get him out of the way real quick, so then I can focus on the other 2. And that's what essentially you want to do once you get them down to, the health. Like there, he's gone. Now I can focus on this guy. But again, the Electro guy is still going to come after me, even though I'm not messing with him right now. He's still going to fight me. So, 1, 2, 3, get him out of the way. We got him almost done. And look, see when they're grouped together, you hit their ult on both of them. So again, keep that in mind. You want to keep them grouped together. So that way you can just kill them all at once. If not, you'll have to do it one by one like how I did right now. Which isn't the fastest method. But, at least it got it done. And again, this isn't the fastest method. I promise you guys, if you guys are watching this video for the fastest method, this is not the one. Okay? Cool. Let's move on to the next one. So the next one and the final one, it's actually relatively easy. I thought it was going to be the hardest one here. I think the hardest part was the first floor, actually. The first part of the floor. So, right here, we have 2 fire wizards. Pretty much all we're going to do is use Xingqiu and Child and just go ham on them until, they go into their little burst animation. They get that shield replenishment up, and then we're just going to go damage on them. Again, we're going to use Albedo for shield. We're going to use Bennett for our burst ult damage and everything. So, pop that. There you go. You see he's about to go into his other mode, back away so we don't get hit. And then we're going to do some of this. Always hit those little orbs, because those little orbs actually give them stun damage. And they set them back. So that's always good. You want to make sure you hit those all the time. So that's one down. That was easy. And then you just move on to the next one. This one you could try to group them together, but honestly, I can't see how that's even possible. But, you know, some people can do it, some people can't. It is what it is. What are you gonna do? But, you know, this is pretty fundamental. And yeah, this is how you beat all first 3 parts. And voila. Look at that. Go in, do a little bit of damage. And again, if you have Ayato, good for you, man, because this would be so easy for you. But I don't. So I'm using Child. And now we're on to the last part. This should be a piece of cake. So far, everything's going good for us. Alright. So we have 2 Water Abyss Heralds. Oh, that's their name. Abyss Heralds. Wow, I can't believe I got that wrong the whole time. Shh. Fuck. Alright. Hold him down with Zhongli's ultimate. Keep in mind, we have Barbara's skill to keep them frozen at all times. We're going to have Chongyun's ultimate on energy recharges to keep popping that burst in. And basically, you know, this one is just the same as the last one. As long as you keep them frozen, you should be fine. And don't worry about the time. I'll well do it in the 6 minutes that I have left. And these 2, you could keep them grouped together because they do come at you to attack you. So it's a lot easier to keep these 2 grouped together than it is the Fire Heralds. So yeah, let's speed it up a little bit. Let's see if we can get through this. And that should be it. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. This is a pretty fundamental team. Again, if you have Ayaka on your team, this would be so much easier, I could see. Unfortunately for some of us, we can't all get those pulls all the time, so we have to work with what we got. I think I have a decent team. It's not anything exceptional or anything, but I believe they can handle it where it counts. And I handled the Abyss, so there you go. And that was it. And that's how you complete floor 12 of the Spiral Abyss. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name's InkBen. I'll be signing out. If you guys liked the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. If you have any questions, leave it for me. And I'll see you next time.